Hello everyone. For this video, we'll be taking a look at another game that was sent in. This one was sent in by Oliver Prescott, and he was playing as the black pieces, so that's why I have the board flipped. And he is rated 1975, his opponent's 1941, so these two players are pretty good. And so we're going to get to see some pretty good play between the two players in this game. And we're going to take a look at this and see what we have going on. So, white plays e4, black plays c6, d4, d5, knight c3. We have the classical Caro-Kann, one of my favorite openings. D takes, knight takes, bishop f5. And, you know, this is all opening theory. Knight g3, bishop g6, knight f3, knight f6. And here, an interesting thing that white does. White plays bishop d3 here. Normally when I play this, and I say this is interesting because I like to play, you know, h4 when black plays h6, and, you know, after h5 you force the bishop back, then play bishop d3. That's the way I like to play this. And I think that's called the Spassky variation. And in that variation, actually, let me actually put that on the board. So in this variation, white gets a little bit of more space and a little bit better development. And that's what white says he has. And that's what I like to play with. But in this game, white plays a bishop to d3 immediately. And let's see how this goes. So, black plays e6. Castles. That's another thing that I think is interesting because I think that white usually wants to go queenside for castling in the Caro-Kann. Okay, knight b to d7. Bishop takes g6, h takes g6. Okay, queen e2. Bishop d6. Rook e1. And here, I think this move, this bishop takes on g3, I don't think that we should take the knight as black. The reason is this bishop looks like it's pretty good. Whereas I think that this knight on g3 is not as happy. Usually, you know, this knight, he's kind of blocked off here. He doesn't have anything going here. Probably the best thing this knight can do is maybe come to e4 when maybe something like, let's just put something on, like something like this, when this is probably like the best type of future that knight really has. And there's not too much to where that knight can go. And so this bishop looks good, though. It's, you know, setting up subtleties against h2 maybe. Whereas I don't think this knight on g3 is as good. Let's keep going. Okay. And here we have c5. And at first, I was thinking c5, you know, just normal. That's the normal move you want to play in the Caro-Kann. You want to eventually play c5, and that's your break. But then I said, you know, maybe before I play it, maybe I would try to castle first and then play c5. Of course, you know, c5 is the standard break. But I myself, and this is me, myself, I don't like to open the center until my king is away from the middle of the board. So, like, you know, I would probably castle and then think about c5, just so that way my king isn't in the middle of the board when things start to open up. And one other idea when I was looking at this, and when I put this on the computer, it hated the idea. And this idea might seem kind of strange, but in this position, I actually kind of like b5. And here is the weird idea. So put on the computer says, like, oh, this is a terrible move. And then it slowly starts to change its mind. And here is my idea with b5. So what I'd like to do is I'd want this knight on d5, right? I'm pretty sure most people want their knights in the center of the board. But white can just play c4 to kick it away. So what if I play b5 to prevent c4? Then I put my knight on d5. Now we're thinking. And it's kind of an interesting idea that I would try out, or think about trying out. It's kind of a strange idea, but maybe at first when you think about it, it starts to though make sense. Okay, let's keep going for the actual game though, so that way you don't have to just listen to me ramble on about random ideas that may or may not be good. Okay, c5. Yeah, okay, this is where we were, right? Okay, c5. Yeah, the normal break in the Caro-Kann. Knight takes c5. Queen b5 check. Knight fd7. Okay. Bishop e3. Pieces are a little bit tangled, I think, right now. Okay. Let's see here. Knight e4. Rook a to d1. Okay, so white's getting just the rook onto the open file, pinning the knight. Getting the pieces active. Queen a5. Okay. Knight f6, just to cut down that bishop. g4 and g5. I think that this is probably one of the bigger moments in the game with g5, because g5 is a bit of a target. On g6, it's not as easy to attack, but I feel like this can weaken the pawns, and I get the idea. You want to stop just g5 from white, but maybe just getting this knight out of the way so it's no longer, under attack. That might be good. I think that. Oh, I'm sorry. Not now. What am I saying? I messed up when I was saying. Oh no. Okay, I am right. I for a second there I thought I was talking about something wrong. But yeah, because if knight takes, then queen takes. But yeah, okay. Totally had a moment there. Okay. After g5, queen to e3, queen c7, c3, and now we have castling queenside. So I think this might be one of the other key moments of the game, and not only just because bishop to b6, but one other reason is that this is move 20, and now we're castling. Now, to decide when you should castle is always a tough thing. You need to figure out. You should always castle, in my opinion, pretty early on in the game. For a move that could have castled was also actually when we played c5. Maybe then would have been a good time to castle kingside. And I think maybe why castling kingside might not be appealing in this type of position that we've had throughout the whole game with the positions we've had is because this rook is on the open file. But actually the king would have been pretty safe over there, so maybe castling kingside would have been worthy of considering, even though we're giving up the rook on the open file. Alright, bishop e6, rook takes, bishop takes, rook e1, queen takes, king takes c7, and now black is down a little bit of material. And we'll just go on to check out the rest of the game. And yeah, the queen is very difficult for this knight and rook to stop. And especially because this queen has a lot of open squares that she can run to. And after G5, this is where the game ends. So I think that both players played very well in this game. Some instructive play from both sides. Hopefully some of my ideas made sense. I was trying to give you some ideas of what Black did that was right, and also what maybe are some ideas that I thought about when I was looking at it, and what I think Black maybe could have done differently. But hopefully these were some good ideas. Hopefully you liked what I had to say. Let me know. Alright. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sending me the game. Bye.